guys, this is Joy Ani, and welcome back to my channel, Scrappin' in My Own Private Idaho. And today I am going to do several challenges all rolled up in one. This is from Scrap Timber. Scrap Timber is a Facebook group, and it has daily prompts, and yesterday's prompts was a sticker, and so even though this challenge is brand new, I'm already behind. So most of the time when I do these challenges, I try to do every day. This month I know I'm going to be super busy, so what I'm going to do is I am going to combine. So today I am going to finish up the sticker one because I've been working on this one actually since last week. So I'm going to finish this one up, and then tomorrow I will combine favorite supplies in 12 by 12, and if it takes me until Wednesday, then I will do favorite supplies white and double page. So I will combine some of those challenges. The sketch, because the more I use sketches, the more I am either psychologically addicted to them or something. I need a sketch to operate and do my best work. It helps me focus in on what I'm going to do. So I went back in time. So this sketch that I'm using on this side is from the very first session of Christy's Beautiful Life. So this was session number 1. So the first go around of Christy's Beautiful Life, and this was the first sketch, and it's on the left hand side. And as usual, I tend to follow sketches pretty closely because to me it's kind of like following a recipe and you get tired of your own cooking. So when I do sketches, I'm kind of looking for other ideas. Oops, that's not it. That's something else I'm working on. And then the second page, which I love, it is by Sketchy Sunday, and it has multiple pictures, and I save these and put them in a 3-ring binder. I copy them out and save them, and anything that I can use as a companion page, I'm going to start having a section for just companion pages, because on the right side, which I've done over here, you can see that that is a pretty involved layout. It is also only one picture. So that's what I tend to do, is I tend to have one picture on the left hand side with my title and my journaling and all the stuff, and then on the right hand side I tend to try to throw as many pictures on there as I can, and this one is great for that, and it goes really nicely. So these sketches were made by 2 different people, but they play nicely together. So I am going to do one layout at a time because you know me, I'm a little ADD, so it is just easier for me. So I'm going to scoot this one off to the side, and I'm going to focus on what I've done. So this was a good challenge for me because I have all these stickers and I tend to underuse them. So I'm going to, and I also have my picture off to the side so that I can remember. I have to lay everything out the way I want it, because if I'm trying to do a video, I can't remember what I've done. I get very scattered, so I lay everything out, and then I'll have something that I can revert back to, so I'll know, okay, this goes there. So this is, and I'm going to probably have to be really light because I'm looking around thinking I should have put my green glue to type down these small things, but I will just do a very light one on that, and then I'll come back to it. So this layout, the original had all of these on the side, and I wanted to show you how I made, this is my second time to start this, I do tend to forget things, so how I made these tags, and I'm not going to, I was going to make one on screen. Oh, I can do that. So I made these little tags. I'm just going to start off with that so I'll remember. I made these little tags. I had some ribbon that was pretty close to that, but I like to be matchy-matchy, especially when I'm combining two different layouts, two different sketches. So what I did was I cut this at 1/4. So I'm going to cut that at 1/4. And this is something I learned to do at album retreat. I am going to tape this together, and this is going to actually, this is my ribbon, believe it or not. And I just tape it down here like this. So I'll show you how to do this first. I'm off screen. So I'm going to tape this. I should have my mismat underneath there. And I'm going to put it together. I cut this at 3 inches of my ribbon. The reason I did that was because if you do it like that, that'd be okay, but I wanted it to look like ribbon. And so I just wanted the same side to be on both sides. So I'm going to kind of cut that off a little bit. It is 3 inches long. My kingdom for a pair of scissors. And then I angled it. See how I angled it? I would show you that with a pair of scissors if I could find my scissors, but I buried them. Oh, here they are. So I'm just going to do an angle here. Angle here. I did ink the others in blue. And I just trimmed that off because I need a new blade. I need to find someone who sells these blades because this is an old, close to my heart. So I'm just putting this right here like that. And then I will take the string. The string I used, if I don't find it, I just wrapped it around twice and tied a knot. So that is how I made my faux ribbon. Yes, faux ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. I'll remember where it was. So this was a day that we went to the Oregon beach, and it was a lot of fun. So this, I've showed this a lot of times. Usually when I do the fake grain, it's horizontal, but I liked it this way. So this ink is Lagoon, and this color in here is Lagoon. So you might want to refer back to that video. I need to start linking things, but I have so much to show you today. I won't show you that again. I think most of you know how to do that. So on the layout, they have this, and you can see that I re-inked. I am placing this one. So this one is cut 1x4, and I'm placing it a 1/2 inch down at the top and 1/2 inch at the bottom. This was my favorite paper out of this pack. So I used one sheet of paper. You can see how I overlapped it. That's something I often do is, so this is 4, which means this one is cut at 8. And because I'm making it a double layout, and it's sketches that were not really designed together, I am sliding this over, and I'm making it toward the edge so that when you put it together, it looks like it's coherent. Okay, so the next thing this one is slightly down, so this one is actually at 11, and maybe 11 1/4 and 1 1/4. So this is the other sheet that is in that pack. The packs come with 6 sheets. If I were going to use this side, I would want to put it, make sure that I'm directional. And this is also the paper. The leftover that I had from here is what I made my ribbons out of. So I'm trying to be super conservative with my paper since, you know, close to my heart is gone. But I do have some of these paper packs. I have a Facebook group with the same name as this YouTube channel. It is called Joyani, Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho, and I have listed all the close to my heart paper packs that I have. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a zip strip. I do love the zip strips. I think that's one of the things that Close to My Heart did that was very nice, was the zip strips. They just add a little bit, and I actually now that I'm retired, one day when I have nothing better to do, I have probably thousands of zip strips. I am actually going to put them by color so that I will use them more often. So I'm going to run this like this, because you can see that I tried to oh, that is crooked. I'm trying to pull this. This is Toffee, and I'm trying to have that Toffee stand out a little bit because a lot of it's blue. One of the reasons I loved this paper pack is because the pictures that I have are of the Oregon coast, and if anyone's ever been there, the title for this one is A Typical Day, and you can see I have a towel on my head because it's always so cold there. I'm trying to decide whether, I guess I'm going to, in the sample they had it offset and I kind of like that. I might do that. I kind of like that where there's more on this side than the other side, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down. But the colors in this Cape Cod, you could call Cape Cod, it is like Oregon. It's the color of the Oregon coast, and I love it. So this was the first time that this son-in-law had ever been to the Oregon coast. It's always kind of fun to see people who've never been there because they're thinking, "Oh, we're going to the coast," not realizing you're going to die of frostbite. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is make sure that these. So this is my title. I use the tags for my title, so I have to kind of set all this back up to make sure that it all works. So, a typical day at the Oregon coast. Our hair is blowing. We are all in jackets looking like it is a winter day. And this was the weekend of July 4th. So, you know that it wasn't really, it's summer in theory. So this nice big title, there is a designer for Cricut. Her name is Carolyn, and she is an Oregonian, and she designed this title. I get my titles often from there. So because of the short tag, I need to make sure that that gets covered up. I should have just cut a regular tag, but you know, I'm lazy. So this is going to set like this, and we're going to hide all of our things, but we have to make sure that everything, I'm going to do my tags and then I will glue everything else down. So if you have a title, tags are kind of a fun way to do the title. Let me show you the, so this is a die cut set. It is from Stampin' Up, and the reason, they have two die cuts that I absolutely love. This one is called the Alphabet a la Mode, and I'll show you why I love it. See how thin it is? Like Typical would have taken up the whole tag. I wouldn't have been able to fit it in, but these are very thin letters. The other thing I love about them is, see how they have two A's and they have two of the more common letters. But anyway, below I will leave you my, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I will leave you the number of this one in case you want to order it. I have used it over and over and over again because sometimes you like, the letters are tall but they're thin, so you can put them in a, if you have limited real estate like I did on these tags. Okay, because I was wanting the tag because of the sketch challenge, so I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so, and my tags, I'm going to probably have to trim them a little bit. That's okay. And I loved how I was able to pull in that tag, because I was able to do that because I made my own ribbon. Okay, so this one, I'm going to have it like that. I'm hoping, you know, if I had it up a little bit higher, that would solve a few of my issues. And I'll show you what I did. So the prompt for scrap timber is to use stickers. And so I'll show you how, because when I made this sketch, it was so low. And I was thinking, oh, I don't really know if I like that. So this is going to sit there like this. I gotta cover up. If I make it lower, then I can, yeah. If I make it lower, see how I'm trying to, can you see how I'm trying to make it so that it looks like and this one. And I'm going to softly put this down, but eventually I'm going to pop dot this. But I'm just going to have it hold my place, because if I need to move it around a little bit while I'm doing this, I never get really aggressive with my tape runner because I've always regretted it afterwards. And you can see that I have two-tone paper. Good news, starting tomorrow, Stampin' Up! Is going to have some of their colors in our two-tone paper, 12 by 12 two-tone paper. They're going to have 4 different colors that you can buy, just buy a whole pack. Their packs are going to be a little bit smaller than most of my Hearts packs were, I believe, 24 sheets. They're going to have 12 in a pack, and I believe for the color, for just the single colors that you're going to be able to get is Real Red, which I absolutely love that color. Real Red is like like the title, it is a real red. It's a bright red. It's great for Christmas. It's great for all kinds of things. And so they're going to have Real Red, Garden Green, Pool Party, and something that we didn't have in the past was two-tone black paper. So they're going to have some two-tone black paper. It's going to be available on my website tomorrow, and I'm really excited about the two-tone black paper, because when you're like, they have a cute little black cat for Halloween. You could stamp on the lighter with the darker black, with the black, and then it would be fantastic. You'd be able to see the little cat's face. Okay, so here's this. Now, because see how far down this is? I didn't like that. So I took my sticker. So one of the things that you can do with stickers is you can stack them. So this is a stacked sticker. I use this sticker, and I use this sticker, and this one. So I just stacked them on top of each other, and that's going to give me the height that I want. It doesn't bring it up as far as I want, but I have a solution for that as well. So I'm going to put this one down. So one of the things that you can use stickers for, since that's our theme of the day, is one of the things that is great about stickers is you can cluster them. So I'm going to put this down a little bit because it keeps swirling around, and I'm going to fuss and move and get it the way I want it, and then it will move and I'll be sad. Okay, so I'm putting this one down here, and this is going to be a longer than usual video. I'm already at 18 minutes, and I think my longest has ever been 27, and I have a feeling this is going to be my longest video ever. So this one I'm going to put in the middle because it's the biggest. So whether you're using stickers or die cuts, this is a die cut that we used to have Cricut collections that went with our stamp sets. Loved that idea. I'm just putting these very lightly. I will go back and put green glue because this is very intricate. So I'm going to put this, so I'm filling up this space because I want, it's so low on the page that I could have made my title bigger, and if I had it to do again, I'd make my Oregon Coast title a little bit bigger, maybe. But this gives us a little bit of height so that we can put it right here. They also have some cute little seagulls that I was thinking about that I could add. So this is going to go on here, and that gives it, it's still a little bit more. I think I'm going to add some more of this to actually, this is why we do this. So I put my stickers. I'm going to pull those down. I'm going to give this a little bit of height because the sticker, I'm going to have this so that that covers that, and then that covers that, and then I'm going to make this taller. And then that will give us the height that we want because we don't want it blank up at the top. Okay, I like that. And we can have a little, we can add some other things as we go along. So if you want to see still pictures of this when I get it all done, you could pop over and I will have still pictures of the sketches that I used, the scrap timber prompts, daily prompts, and the completed picture of this. So this one is done, and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to scoot this one over. I don't have it go too far because I want to make sure that it's lined up. Okay. Covering up people that need to be covered up. So once again, I have made my wood grain. I think that is the technique I probably use more than anything, is the wood grain. Okay, so once I had fiddled with this for a long time because like this cluster was really hard for me because I needed the height. Well, this I kind of need some more on the side. So like I said, these were from the Cricut collection, and what's nice about that is you can make it any color you want, and you can make it as big as you want. So I am going to kind of have to pay a little bit of attention to where I place things. Oops, my little guy. This was his first trip to the Oregon coast. They were, I don't normally show him on camera, but I try to have people keep their privacy. I'm going to cover him up. All right. It was windy. He wasn't a big fan, but we did play in the sand a little bit. He liked that. So, and then on the sketch, I'm going to kind of go back to the sketch a little bit. So, and I'm going to look at that to make sure that I am following the sketch, and I'm going to show you that as well. So, see how the pictures are kind of clumped up. They have a title in the top. Of course, I'm not going to have that, but I'm going to, and I matted the pictures, and some of the pictures where he's kind of looking off a little bit, I'm going to have him go here. And then I have a blue one down here. So they were doing this weird game where they, I guess that's a training thing where they push each other down, and then you try to come up slowly, and it was pretty funny. So this one we can put this way. Well, I can't remember. I'm going to have to scroll over and see how I had those originally. Huh. Good thing you take pictures of what you want to do. Okay, so actually this one is up at the top. This one is this way. That one's that way. And you can just kind of set them down randomly. It works actually pretty well if you do that. So this is my son-in-law. This is what he does every single time we go to the Oregon coast. He lays down in the sand and takes a nap. I don't know what it is about the Oregon coast that makes you so incredibly sleepy. I'm going to cover her little face up because, you know, there I am with the towel on my head because I had remembered that it's cold and I needed to bring something to cover up my, you know, my head. It's my ears. You know, your ears get cold. But I had not. Oops. Okay, I haven't got this big part down. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and attach that next. So this is an 8 by 10. On the second sketch, I believe they just had one plain piece of paper, but it's all good. And this is kind of monochromatic. I'm going to take my zip strip because I'm trying to, it's pretty heavy with brown on this side. You can see how that really stands up. So I had to introduce and use a lot of the toffee on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on the, that's glued down, and it wants to be glued down. It can be. I wish the anchors were horizontal instead of, I mean vertical instead of horizontal, but I can live with it. It's all good. And I'm going to hack this off. Oh, I don't want that down below that. I thought about doing waves, but at some point you need to walk away from the page. Like on the Oregon Coast title, I could have like stamped, oops, I told you I was light on my hands on that one. I could have like stamped little waves on it and made a random stamp on the title. But at some point you have to walk away from the page. Okay, so this one I'm going to go ahead and to have this do continuity, I'm going to kind of pull some things in here. I might have to cut more, I'm not for sure, because I'm trying to, I love this saying, sand under my feet, wind in my hair, so, the salt on my skin. The salt on my skin, I wasn't so wild about that. I almost hacked it off, but I thought, then it's too small. But anyway, that's a sticker that I'm using from the sticker sheet. Another sticker that I'm using, this is another cluster of stickers where I put the 3 pendants together, and then I introduced the Relax and Enjoy. I sure have a lot of titles on this one. So this one is, I've got my blue one, and I'm kind of doing a little cockeyed there and that way, and then this one is of the game that they were playing where they pushed each other down, and then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to come up real slowly, and then you see how long you can stay like suspended, so to speak. Then this one, I have this one, and then they have used the sketch, use stars, so I will use starfish. So if you are a person that scraps with me and does the challenges, our challenges for this month are going to be any of the prompts from Scrap a Sketch. I will put that on my Facebook group, Scrapping on my own private Idaho, so you'll know which prompt. You can use any prompt that is listed on the Scrap Timber site for that week. So this week we have 7 prompts, and I will tell you what those are in just a minute. I don't want to stop what I'm doing. And here's my son-in-law taking his nap, and my daughter was going, "No, you can't lay down. He'll take a nap." And he did. He napped probably most of the time we're there. There's lots of pictures of everyone else like roaming around and doing different things, but he was napping. I didn't put it on the page, but there's a picture of me napping as well, because I mean there's something very relaxing about being on the Oregon coast and just taking a nap. I'm just kind of putting this so that the pictures can overlap. I just want it to look, I'm going to look at my sketch here directly, because they had these, especially theirs. No one else ever remembers to take pictures. I am the worst photographer in the family, but I am the one who actually winds up taking the pictures. So I'm going to put that right there, and then I'm going to fill it in. So see how there's all these blank places? No worries, we're going to fill it in and make it look as if it were supposed to be. So when you're doing clusters, this is my nemesis. When you do clusters, you put your large things down first, and then you blend things in. So I've got this one. This one's going to go on a pop dot. This will be when I'm looking at their sketch, they have something right here. I think I might put a, well, I'll do that later. So I'm going to put this down here. Some of these will be pop dotted. I just don't, when you put the pop dots on, you are committed. So, and I have a lot of these. Like I said, this was from the, it was from the Cricut design file that came with these. So I'm going to put, I'll pop this one up. And of course now I'm going to have to go back to my original because I cannot remember how it is, and it literally took me an hour to figure out how I wanted to put these. So I'm going to scroll back and look and see which one. Oops, that's the wrong way. Every time I, okay, there we go. So that one's going to be there. I'm going to put this off to the side like that. And I'm just layering up as much as I can so that it looks like it's natural. And like I said, because I'm on 31 minutes, so I'm going to just finish this up really quick, and I will fuss around with a lot of these clusters so that they will be more pleasing if you want to look at the, instead of having you watch me put all these together. So I'll show you the original sketch, and I'll do some of the things that they've done, okay, because this really helps me. So we have something over here. So actually I'm going to use star. They've used, I'm going to use a starfish instead. They've used a star. So that one will go there. And then they've had something smaller over here. I'll put that, oops, not on my head, even though I have a towel on my head. So I'm going to, and I'll put a few clusters right here. And I think I'm going to call this good because I don't want this to go too long. But I will add different shapes. And like I said, all of these are from, this is cute, this little seahorse. I'm going to put that somewhere. I kind of like him sitting right there, although he doesn't show up. I need to put him on the blue. If I put him right there, then he shows up really nicely. Anyway, so if you want to see the finished, always when you look at these YouTubes, the final version of whatever I come up with is always on the entry page. Like when you go to look at the video, it's always on that. So I hope you'll play along with scrap timber, and we will see you on the next video. On the next one I will be using 12 by 12 paper, and it says my favorite scrap supply, which I'll have to think about what my favorite scrap supply is. Anyway, so this is, it's not totally finalized. I'll add a little bit of goodness to it, but this is my layout. I'll use the things that I use that are available now is the alphabet stamp, and that's through Stampin' Up! And otherwise you can visit my Facebook group, and I have a lot of these items that are available. Anyway, talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.